Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here back with another video, and this is going to be another episode of building the ultimate Lego room. Now last episode we got some good work done. We were able to clear off the shelf over on that side of the room and replace it with some of the things that I personally prefer having displayed here in this Lego room. And today we're going to keep the ball rolling, we're going to keep up with that momentum, and we're actually going to work on these two shelves behind me. I guess my idea for wanting to do two shelves this week instead of one is I feel like that shelf over there had a lot more individual sets. This shelf has a lot of big stuff, but not nearly as many individual sets, as we'll see as we progress through it. In order to, I guess, play it safe, however, what I'm going to do is basically pull all first the play sets off of it that I don't necessarily care for. Basically anything that I don't want on the shelf, I'm first going to pull that off. I'm going to set it on this table right here in front of me. I'm going to show you guys kind of what I pulled off and maybe talk about why I pulled it off, and then we'll move that to the other room. And then the second part of this video is going to be me pulling off the like MOCs and stuff that I do actually want to keep here. I'm gonna dust them off. I'm gonna talk a little bit about those. I'm gonna bring in the new shelves, get our MOCs that we actually want to keep in here back on these shelves, and then that'll pretty much end the video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the content. All right, so as you can see, I got all the stuff that I don't want in this room cleared off of these shelves. You'll notice that pretty much all the play sets ended up coming off of the shelf other than that glorious, amazing First Order Star Destroyer. That thing is a classic. We'll always show respect to that. But we got some really fun stuff over here, and honestly, I think a really cool part of this entire experience has been kind of reconnecting with a lot of these play sets that I just hadn't really touched in a while. Like, for example, this Vonrex TIE Fighter is super cool. I love this mechanism right here, where, let me see if there's anything in there. Yeah. So there's like a spring-loaded missile mechanism right here, so you can be flying it around, and you can either like push it that way, and then that left one will come out, or you can push it to the right, and that right one will come out. So I don't know. I thought that was just a really cool mechanism. This is also just a really well-designed ship. I'm quite happy that it doesn't look like I've poached, if anything, from it. So glad that I still have that in pretty good condition. Can't say that that's the same case for a lot of these other things, but yeah, a lot of these honestly were just things that I have MOCs of that I'd rather display, or it's just an oversized ship. In the example of the UCS TIE Fighter, where I'm like, I'd rather display a smaller TIE Fighter. Like, got MOCs of these X-Wings, got a MOC of the Kylo TIE Silencer. Don't have a MOC of the TIE Striker, and I actually did kind of think about keeping those in here, because I do really like those sets, but just up and not to. The ATTE I actually really do like, and I might have actually kept this in here if it weren't for the fact that this one's just in pretty terrible condition. Like, I've poached so many things from it. I think I'm just going to scrap it at this point. I do have quite a few other ATTE sets that are still sealed, that I might just go back and build to have one of these intact, because I do really like that set quite a bit. The solo sets I have poached from quite a bit. You can see Han Solo Speeder has definitely seen better days. So I'll probably set those aside and get whatever pieces are necessary to go ahead and fix those. Some of these I just don't care for at all. Like this Episode 9 Y-Wing, I have no feelings for. This other Resistance TIE Fighter, also don't really have many feelings for. Got a bunch of A-Wings over here, and once again, I got mocks. Well, at least one mock of actually two A-Wing mocks now I think about it. I got an episode or sequel variant as well as a original trilogy variant. Got the Phantom 2 right here. It's not a bad looking set, but I don't think I care enough for it to keep it on display here. And then I just had this box of things that I just said I didn't want to deal with anymore. Like the most recent ATST set, the Hoth one. I got 2 ATST mocks that I'm quite happy with, so I don't even care to display that in the other room. And also trying to be more space conscious, because I'm not even certain if all this on this table is going to fit in that other room. Some things I might actually have to figure out other places for, but the most important thing is that they're not in this room. So I want to go ahead, clear these off this table. I want to get the mocks off of these shelves, get the new shelves in here, and basically put stuff back in hopefully a way that looks a little bit nicer. And I do actually plan on moving some sets that are in that other room, or some mocks that are in my other room into this one. Like I got a couple First Order TIE Fighter mocks that I'd love to have on display in here, and now I'll finally have the room to do so. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this one took quite some time. There were a lot more sets on these shelves than I thought there were. A lot more things I needed to clear off, but I think the result is well worth it. Seeing all these beautiful, beautiful builds with actual space to breathe makes me quite happy. So we'll go level and level, and I'll kind of explain my decision process around why things ended up where they ended up. And of course, nothing here is final. In fact, things will almost assuredly be moved around, but this is a good general starting point. So to start off at the top, I think if there's any place on this that is pretty much going to remain permanent, it's going to be this, unless I just come up with some crazy idea to do up there. Because basically, all the 3 of these things are so big they kind of need to be up there. But I do very much like my Star Destroyer being more at an angle now. I can see more of it rather than have it just straight coming towards us and only really being able to see just the underside of the point. UCS Imperial Shuttle still looking great. And the Zeta class, of course, looking awesome. Got that angled as well, and I think that makes it look even cooler. Now I can see more of that orange cargo section on the underside. This probably is my favorite shelf right now. The First Order shelf with Kylo's TIE Silencer and 2 Special Forces TIE Fighters flanking it along either side. Got the Star Destroyer right there. Someone mentioned this last week, and I think I'm definitely going to do it because I had been doing it before. I'll probably actually hang the 2 TIE Fighters and then have Kylo's kind of still on the stand, because it has a stand. There's no need to hang it if it has a stand, I guess. But I actually kind of want to have it interacting with this side. I think what I'm kind of deciding on is I want to have, like, in these shelves, like bad guy side, good guy side. So I kind of want to have maybe the TIE Fighters facing that way, and then have like the X-Wings and the Resistance stuff facing that way. And then as we move down to this shelf, it'll be the same thing with like the Empire. So we'll have, some TIE Fighters here. I need to build Jarek's Bomber and Interceptor and kind of have them all facing that direction with my custom Reaper as well. And then here, I'll probably move this from over here just to be able to display some ships. If not, I'll either move it down right there where those modulars are, or move it off the shelf in its entirety. But I do think it'll be cool to have some like X-Wings, basically this shelf up here, and kind of complementing the Imperial shelf. So then down here, we have my Corvus. I think that's pretty much going to stay here. Once again, that's just one of those big things that unfortunately kind of has to take up an entire shelf to itself, but it does look pretty good where it is. So no immediate plans for that. And as I said, the Rebel ships, they're just chilling there. I'll probably move them up here. And I don't know, like, I'm trying to think, like, what would be a good compliment? Like if I'm going like, bad guy, good guy, what would be a good compliment to have opposite to the Corvus? I'm honestly not sure yet. I don't have any mocks of larger scale Rebel vehicles, and I'm not even sure what could go there if I did have something like, I don't know, maybe Falcon would be the obvious choice, but Falcon's not going to fit there. So got to think about what kind of custom build I want there to complement the Corvus, if that is what I decide. I guess some people might point out, oh, just build the Rebel version of the Corvus. I don't think I want to do that. So yeah, that's definitely going to be something that I have to think about. These bottom shelves are by far the least permanent. So right now I got my modulars here. I mentioned like these are definitely not going to stay here. I basically just put some of those there to give them a place to live right now before I clear off some other shelves later on in this series and move them to a more permanent home. And then finally we have my 1999 set collection, which is very meaningful to me. First year Lego Star Wars, I'm still maybe a few sets short of having all the ones from 1999, and that'll be a future video that I do down the line. But I do like displaying those in here. I don't think they'll be part of this main display shelf, but they will be displayed somewhere in this room once I make that decision. Kind of similar to the way, like up here, I got the OG Episode 2 sets. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll do like an OG Episode 3 shelf as well, just to round out all the prequels and the representation here in this room. But that's pretty much it in terms of the shelves. Like I said, it was a bit of a long process, but I think it worked out. I think it looks pretty good. So definitely let me know what you guys are thinking about this shelf setup now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week to building the ultimate Lego Star Wars room. This series has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's been fun, and it's been a way for me to be productive, which is always nice. So moving forward for the next update, I do have to warn you, I have some really big plans. I have some really big plans for the next update. I'm not going to say what it is. You guys just have to go in blind, but I don't want to oversell this, but I think what I plan to do in this room is legit going to be a game changer. And man, I want to tell you guys so bad, but I'm not. I'm going to keep it a secret. But all I'm going to say is you are for sure going to want to tune in to the next update. I have something ridiculous planned to do in this room, and it's going to make a huge difference for my channel. It's going to make a huge difference for the presentation of my videos. And if I can pull it off correctly, it is ultimately going to make me a very happy man. So that's all I'm going to say about it. You guys will have to see, hopefully, I think next week, I'll drop another video on this series, and you'll see what the big plans are. I really cannot wait to show you guys. So that's going to finish things up. If you like what I do, go ahead and support the video by hitting the like button for the channel, by smashing that subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon.